Agyanatimanandasya Vinanjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yenu Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Offer my respectful obeisances unto my spiritual master, who with the torchlight of knowledge has opened my eyes, which are blinded by the darkness of ignorance. Namaste Shri Bhakti Vijay Gauravaranya Shrimati Prema Bhakti Rasambhare Param Vijay Prabhu Namaha. Imam Vishnu Paraya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamani. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pachani Namaste Shunyavadi Pastacha Deshtarani. Imam Vishnu Paraya Dikai Priyatne Shrimad Bhakti Vedanta Nityanamani. Shri Shri Devi Goswami Raja Ki Jai, Shri Bhaktiranda Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai, Shri Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. So we're reading from Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 5, Divine Communion through Genuine Renunciation. At that time Arjuna inquired of the Lord, "My dear Krishna, please give me more definitive instructions as to whether it is more beneficial for me to altogether leave the world of action or to take up the sacred path of divine service which you have so highly praised." Arjuna's beloved Lord then replied, "It is no doubt true that both paths may lead in the end to freedom, but I tell you definitely that to act with a spirit of true devotion to the Supreme Person is by far the better course to adopt. True renunciates never crave for anything and are not repelled by anything. Above the dualities of worldly life, they certainly come to breathe the atmosphere of freedom. The truly learned assure us that only the less evolved see a fundamental distinction between pure contemplation of the divine phenomena and the practice of divine service itself. To follow either path faithfully will ultimately bring one to relish the sweet fruits of them both. What may be achieved through contemplation may also be attained by the sacred path of service, and thus one who has a clear vision will understand that what seems to be two paths is actually only one. However, no one who adopts the external garb of a renunciate can hope to gain true joy without engagement in divine service. Those saints who become fully absorbed in such purifying service immediately gain communion with the Supreme Truth. Those who give themselves over entirely to the sacred path of service become established in pristine purity and easily defeat the force of sense desire. Loving all beings as if they were their very selves, they serve without any fear of adverse effects. Those who have understood the true truth, the real truths of life, take up the path of divine service, and they never consider themselves to be the final cause of their actions. Seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, moving, sleeping, breathing, talking, giving, receiving, opening and shutting the eyes, they understand all of this to be the mechanical action of the senses in pursuit of their required objects. Just as the leaf of the lotus flower lying on the pond remains untouched by water, so the soul who acts in a spirit of full surrender to the Supreme Person remains ever free from the taint of blame. The selfless physical, mental, and intellectual efforts of those who serve me with devotion bring about their complete self-purification. Through dedication to non-fruitive divine service, the soul becomes whole and gains lasting peace. The greed of the selfish, on the other hand, is itself a prison. The body is like a grand house whose eyes, ears, nostrils, mouth, genitive and evacuative organs open out to the world like 9 gates. Those who are self-controlled and free from feverish tendencies towards selfish action live a happy life within this house, moving only as the divine plan moves them. The soul, as the house's occupant, can never claim to own the house or to act as the absolute dictator over all its operations, and should never imagine its full produce to be personal profit. It is, after all, by nature that all this goes on. The all-pervasive Supreme Person is never responsible for one's worldly actions, good or evil, but conditioned souls, illusioned by self-imposed darkness, cannot understand this clearly. However, upon the rising of the brilliant sun of perfect understanding, one receives the supreme revelation, and that darkness is at once naturally dissipated. Immortality and freedom come quickly to the faithful souls, whose hearts have been cleansed of all insecurity by a fully determined and intelligent effort to seek the divine shelter. The hallmark of the truly wise is their gentleness and enlightenment, and especially their ability to see equally the high-born, refined intellectuals and the low-born, unclean beggars, as well as to love even the animals, seeing them all as dear to me. Those who can see with such equal vision are free even in this world, and they display the absolute flawlessness of their jewel-like pure consciousness. Being fixed in deep communion with the eternal Supreme Truth, they never become falsely elated by temporal pleasures or depressed by being placed in difficulty. Due to their connection with the Supreme Beauty, they are always tasting limitless joy and therefore easily remain free from the glamour of external attractions. Misery is born from the womb of selfish sensual contact, and so the truly enlightened souls never seek pleasure in the exploitation of the sensory world, where everything must know a beginning and an end, my dear Kunteya. The only truly happy human beings in this world are those who have overcome the animalistic urges and the force of anger by the power of divine grace. They find their sacred homeland, the realm of supreme truth, beauty, peace, and goodness within their hearts, and their happiness, rejoicing, and illumination come from within. Those who culture a deep inner life totally reintegrate their personalities and begin to serve all life with love. Such souls enter easily the transcendental region, which lies beyond all sufferings. Free from the force of sense desire and its companion anger, the divine servants who have mastered the truth of conscious life enter that sacred abode of perfect consciousness very quickly. Those who wish to envision this realm of transcendental bliss within should detach themselves from the state-shaped world and concentrate on balancing the life errors and penetrating the spirit center, which is situated just above the nose between the eyebrows. Such practice will bring calm to the senses, the mind, and the intellect, and empower one to cast off selfish desires, unfounded fears, and self-destructive anger. Those who succeed in this are certain to taste full freedom. I am the proper beneficiary of all the sacred acts of sacrifice, and it is I whom people hope to please through penance. It is I alone who am the true Lord of all the galaxies and the King of Kings. I truly am the ever well-wishing friend of every soul. It is only by such understanding that a person can become whole, and that the world can attain peace. So, Krishna is explaining that if we want lasting peace, we have to surrender to Him. Sometimes people here in this material world, they'll make some money and they'll decide, all right, we'll go on holiday. Let's go to Mauritius or Thailand. Just like I got one friend, he prints my T-shirts, So the other day he says to me, okay, I can't do any printing for your T-shirts because I'm going to Thailand for holidays. And he came back the other day, so then I sent him a message and he says, oh, sorry, I can't look at my emails or anything because I'm sick now. I got back from Thailand and I'm sick,
Yeah.
So this is the material world. You make a big plan, we're going to Thailand, all the family, everybody pack up the suitcases,
Yes.
lock up the home, we're going to have a good time. But then, what happens? You have to come home and you get sick. Yeah? So we don't want that. We want peace, we want lasting peace, lasting satisfaction. But in this material world, no matter what plans you make, doesn't matter how much money you got, this is not the place where you will find that everlasting peace, everlasting happiness. It's not the place. So Krishna is saying the only way we're going to find that peace is to surrender to Him. No other way. He says in this verse 17, immortality and freedom come quickly to the faithful souls whose hearts have been cleansed of all insecurity by a fully determined and intelligent effort to seek the divine shelter. So we want everlasting life, every one of us. We want freedom. Just like Madiba, he did so much for this country to take away the apartheid and so forth. But still, what is the freedom? There is no freedom unless we are free of birth, old age, disease and death. There's no freedom. Doesn't matter what the politics are, who the government is. It could be Zuma or this one or that one. But it is not real freedom for the soul. Okay, so now they take away they used to have the pass system, you remember? So now I'm very happy, no pass system, we can go wherever we like, we can work wherever we like. You think we're free? Yeah? No, you're not free. Why? Because the laws of nature that force you to get old, get sick and die, they take away your freedom. No matter what's the politics, So we shouldn't waste our time and energy with this so-called freedom. No. Real freedom means surrender to Krishna. But that requires, as Krishna says here, a fully determined and intelligent effort. We have, by the grace of the saints, the gurus, they have come to give us the path, the way out. We are in the jungle here. The jungle is not just in South America or here or there. No, this whole world is a jungle of illusion. Because here people are confused, misunderstanding. Who am I? What is this world? They don't know. It's like a wild animal in the jungle. It's a very dangerous place. So this whole world is a jungle.
It's a jungle, yes.
So who can take us out of the jungle? When you're in the jungle, you're lost. You don't know which way to go, this way, that way. The problems are the same. It's a wild place. So who can... You need someone to come and take you out the jungle. Who is that? It's the Guru, the saint. So the jungle of illusion. So he comes and he gives you the path. He says, all right, you're in the jungle. I will take you out the jungle. I will take you to that peaceful, happy place. Called the spiritual sky. I will take you there. But what you need to do is you need to be very serious to follow his instructions. He gives you instructions. Okay, this is how you get out. Listen to me. I will tell you. I will give you the way out. And Krishna says that we have to be very determined. The effort that we make, we're going to have to make an effort. It's not that, come, here you go, I take you. No. It's going to take an effort, very determined effort, to get out. So, and the main thing is the holy name. The holy name. This is the mercy coming to us, which is Krishna himself. It's the Lord himself. The Lord and the name are the same. So the love and the mercy is in the name, and we need to become so attached, so serious to this holy name, because that is our way out. That is our way out of the jungle, through the holy name. So we need to stay steady and strong in chanting the holy name. Chanting, remembering the holy name. This Sri Gauranga, the Hare Krishna, this is our life. This is our life. This is not an ordinary sound. No, this sound comes from the spiritual world, actually. These holy names, they're not from here. They're not from the material world. The holy name of Krishna, the holy name of Gauranga, they come from the spiritual world, Goloka. And they have come here, and so therefore they are not from this world. And we need to become so serious in holding on to the holy name. Because the holy name is Krishna. Only the Lord can take us out of this jungle and his representatives. So therefore we practice, we chant on the beads, we have the Japa Mala for personal meditation. Then we have what we call kirtan, where we sing together. But all day long, we should be chanting the name of the Lord. As Lord Chaitanya, the Lord himself says, Kirtaniya Sadahari. So how are we going to come to that stage where we are always chanting the holy name? How is that possible? We may think, how is that possible? I've got work to do, I've got shopping to do, I've got to go here and this and that. Friends and family, what to do? So we need to understand that actually the holy name must come first in all situations.
Yes.
In all situations, I should be remembering the Lord's holy name. And that is only possible if we are very, very humble. As Lord Chaitanya says, if we think ourselves lower than the straw in the street, I must think like that I'm very insignificant. This huge creation, so many universes, material universes, and beyond that is a spiritual universe, much bigger than this material creation. We cannot actually imagine the vastness of this creation. It is so huge, with so many amazing creatures going, and everything is working so perfectly. Who is doing this? Krishna is making everything happen. And I'm one tiny, tiny little creature in this huge, huge creation. So how big am I? What is my significance, Very tiny, very, very, very tiny. And I'm completely dependent on the mercy of the Lord. Everything. This material body, the heart is beating, the brain is functioning, the air is coming. I'm walking, I'm talking. Where does that power come from? Krishna. This planet that I'm walking on, it's floating in the space. Wow, how about that? It's not rocking. It's flying thousands of miles, and it goes 18,000 miles an hour. It's traveling right now. But there's no speed wobble. Just like they're flying in the jets, they hit the clouds and it's wobbling. But this planet, perfect. There's no speed wobble. 18,000 miles an hour. Who's making that happen? Krishna. So everything, I'm completely dependent on him. My breathing, my talking, my standing, the air I'm breathing, the food, the thinking, the power is all coming from Krishna. So I'm 100% dependent on the Lord. So what is my power? What is my power? I have no power. I'm completely dependent on his love and power. That's how I should always think and feel. That I'm living by the grace of the Lord. I'm living by the grace. Everything I'm doing is by the grace of the Lord. And I am his servant. I have a relationship with him. And the best thing is, what can I do for him? Isn't it? It's nice, You know that example with the father's got a few children, like you've got a couple of children. Maybe the one boy, he's always coming to you, Dad, give me money, give me this, give me that. But the other one is thinking, Dad, what can I do for you? Can I wash your car? Can I clean your shoes? Which one is more pleasing to you? The one that's coming to offer a little bit something, isn't it? Same thing with Krishna. What can I do for Krishna? He's a person. He's a person. He has feelings. He has a heart. He has love. And not an ordinary person. He's the supreme person, but he's a person. So I can give him something. I can give him my service. I can give him my love, isn't it? Why not? He's a person. If I can give you love and service, why cannot I give love and service to Krishna? It makes sense, And when we start thinking and feeling like that, then our life becomes so nice, Because that's what we are meant to do. That is the natural way. This world, everyone's forgotten Krishna. Nobody wants to know about Krishna. That is a craziness, that is a sickness, it's a disease, and therefore people are so struggling and unhappy. But those few souls, the pure devotees, the gurus who are mad about Krishna, they're very satisfied, very happy, very content. Why? Because they've got love. they've got love in their lives, you know. Of course, we try to love in this world too, isn't it? Yeah, I love my kids, I love my granny, my mother, my sister, my girlfriend. We try. Of course, it's nice, it's good, it's beautiful. But that love is not perfect. It's got problems, limitations, and of course death will come and end it, and then we're all sad. But Krishna says, no, you try and love me. You want love? I will be the perfect friend for you. I'll be the perfect everything, whatever you want. I will be the perfect one to give your love to. He says like that. And the Guru comes and teaches us how to love Krishna. We don't know anything about that. Because it's not love of this world. It's not material. It's what we call transcendental. So this is the only thing that will actually satisfy our hearts, is to try to wake up this loving relationship with Krishna. But it's, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, it's going to take intelligent and determined effort. It's not a cheap thing. And of course the Guru is teaching us everything, how to become perfect in this love for Krishna. But it's a very big thing. It's a very big thing, and we have to learn. We are students. Learning the ways of love. Even in this lovely chapter, Krishna says that he describes the wise man. He says that they're very gentle. They're very gentle. This is a nice quality, you know, like the English word gentleman. He's a gentleman. What does that mean? He's a gentle person. So this is an example of one quality of a devotee, a true devotee of Krishna. He'll be gentle. He's not rough and pushing and speaking harshly to others, you know. He's always gentle, always, to everybody, even the ruffians, you know, the ones that come and want to cause disturbance. Still, even with those ones, he's gentle. This is amazing that he doesn't think, okay, I'll be gentle with these people, but the other ones I'll be rough with. No, he's not like that. He's 100% gentle with everybody. Because he's not this one bad, this one good. So this is a very wonderful thing, isn't it? To be like that. And the Guru is like that. You'll see. The Guru, you will see everybody that comes to him, he's very kind and gentle. Jesus Christ, perfect example also. All the great saints. They're not thinking, okay, this one is a no good one, I don't want to stay away, and I'll give my love to this one. No. This is a very wonderful thing. So, and they're teaching us to be like that. How to be gentle with everyone. As Krishna says, they're equal to the beggars and the big scholars. They're equal. He doesn't see this, oh, this one is a low class, this one is high class. I don't love this. No, because he sees the soul inside. And the animals as well. Animals as well. He's loving all beings. Actually, they give that example, that someone who actually loves God, loves Krishna. Many people say, oh, I love God, I love God. Yeah. But the real test is, does he love everybody? Because if you love the Father, then you will love all the Father's children, isn't it? All the children of the Father, not just some of the children. You don't love the ugly children or the stupid children. You don't love those children. No, you love all the children.
All the children, yes.
Yeah, that's the test. Yeah. So, and we can see the Guru, the real high-class Guru, he loves everybody. Nobody's rejected, you know. Even the criminals. Hey, the bad ones. Still, come. You want Krishna? I will give you Krishna. So, so we have the way out of the jungle. We have the way out. First I have to understand I'm in the jungle. If you're thinking this is a perfect place, no problems here, you're crazy. Then you haven't understood anything.
Yes.
But to understand, oh, there's problems here. There's problems here. It's not perfect. I don't want trouble, but trouble comes. Just like you were walking that one time and the guys mugged you, yeah?
Yeah.
You don't wake up in the morning thinking, today I hope somebody mugs me.
Yeah.
I'm looking for someone to come and mug me today. I'm planning on like that.
Yeah.
No. You want a nice, peaceful, happy day.
Yes.
And these guys come and mug you. You see, so we don't want the trouble, but the trouble comes. So we have to understand this is not a perfect place. But I want a perfect place. Isn't it? Everybody wants a perfect place. Even the very rich guys, you know, the superstars, the celebrities.
Yes, they want a perfect place.
Yeah, and if they got a lot of money, they'll buy their own island.
Yeah.
I've heard like that. Some of these big film stars, they got so much money,
Yeah.
they can buy their own island. Personal is my own island. I can live there. Nobody else can come.
Yeah.
Why? Because they want a perfect place. No trouble.
Yeah.
But then, you know, something comes and, hey, there's big earthquake or something, and the island finished. So what is that? It's not a perfect place.
Yeah,
you never find a perfect place here. But we still want a perfect place. Everyone wants a perfect place.
Yes.
And Krishna says, there's a perfect place. It's called Goloka Vrindavan. Topmost planet in the spiritual sky. You will be happy there. Guaranteed happiness. As Krishna says, forever. Come home, he says. Come home. The problem is that we have been thinking for a long time that I'm God. I'm not servant of God. Everything is for my pleasure. I'm in control. So we are actually competing. We are in competition with Krishna. Isn't it? He's God, but I'm thinking I'm God. So I'm competing with him. This is the problem. So when somebody comes and says, surrender to Krishna, you don't want to surrender because you want to be Krishna. Big problem. So everybody in the material world, every single soul here is competing with Krishna. They're in competition. Why? Because they say, I want to be God. Everything is for me and everything is under my control. No. You are not the enjoyer, you're not the controller, you're the servant of the enjoyer and the controller, Krishna. So there's competition, isn't it? That's why people are so, they find it they don't want Krishna. Yeah? They don't want to hear about Krishna, they don't want to surrender. Why? Because they're in competition with him. And they've got to give up that idea of competition. Yeah? I'm not God. He's God. He's the Supreme Lord. And I'm a small servant of his. You know, that is my position. I have to get that mentality. Otherwise, I'm always in competition. I want to be God, you see. But it's not possible. It's not possible. How can you be God? What can you control? Even you get a toothache, you got a problem. You can't stop the toothache. Yeah? No. So are you God? No. So it's a madness. But it means you're in competition. You're always against Krishna. You know, fighting him, resisting him, trying to stay away from him. Because you want his position. And that's the disease. That's what keeps us in this material world. Many, many lifetimes is that mentality. So that's got to change. It's got to change, otherwise there's no progress. There's no way out of the jungle. So the Guru comes and says, this is not your home. You cannot make a perfect place here. Surrender to Krishna. He's your friend. He's not your enemy. He's your friend. In fact, he's your closest friend. And then Krishna says here in the Bhagavad Gita that only when you understand that he's your closest friend, can you find peace. As long as you're fighting with him, resisting, opposing, no peace in your life. No peace. Because peace is an inside thing, you know. Peace is an inside job. You can't just buy your island or put nice security around your house. It can't bring you peace. No, the forces of nature are too powerful. They can smash you at any second.
Yeah.
Tsunami can come and wipe out your whole family and all your house, everything one time. Yeah.
One day.
So where's the peace? Yeah.
No peace.
So if you want the peace, you have to surrender to Krishna and realize that He's my friend.
Yes.
He's my friend. So we are all together on this journey, and we need to help each other. Yeah, because it's we need each other
Yes.
to make that progress. You know.